money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Go!
What you do in life echoes in eternity.
You are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you.
It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you.
Where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
If that doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. Keep going with massive action.
You are listening to Thought Food.
Hey, it's your girl Becky Kisoon. Thank you for joining me. In this episode, I'll discuss 3 things that drive men and how we women can learn something from you. Do you know who you are and what you do? Once we realize who we are, there is no turning back. We are committed for life when we are clear about it. Men are driven by who they are, what they do, and how much they make. If a man is a CEO, a con, or both, everything he does is filtered through his title, who he is, how he gets that title, what he does, and the reward he gets for the effort, how much he makes. These 3 things make up the DNA of manhood, the 3 accomplishments that every man must make before he feels like he's truly fulfilled his destiny as a man. Steve Harvey was in his early 20s when he was laid off from the Ford Motor Company. He was already a college dropout and had no family to fall back on, and hardly enough money to take care of himself. He was unsure of his future at this time, what he was going to do, how much he was going to make, what his title would be. At this point, the titles Ford Inspector and College Graduate, they were completely gone. With 0 money and 0 clue on how he was going to make money, it took him a while to find his place. He dabbled in various jobs. He owned a carpet cleaning company. He sold carpet. He sold Amway products. One night, a woman who he used to write jokes for encouraged him to go to a local comedy club and perform for amateur night. See, he made a few dollars writing for a few up-and-coming comedians who were trying to find their way into the industry, so he knew he was funny. But he didn't have a clue how to get into the industry himself. But this woman saw something in him and told him to take the stage. He did it. He won $50. He was so broke at the time that it felt like $5,000. The next day, he went to a printer shop and spent $15 of his winnings on business cards that read Steve Harvey, comedian. That card announced who he was, Steve Harvey, and that he had a special talent in comedy, what he did. He had yet to know how much he was going to make. But from that moment that he became a comedian, he decided to be the very best. And he's committed to never missing a gig because he knows that he's living out his dream. One thing is certain, who he is and what he does. How much he makes right now is in line with what he has always wanted. He has a clear mind at night. He can spend time with his family. He can provide for them the way that he wants to, and he can protect them the way that he's always wanted to. In his book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, he talks about what drives men. He says, the moment that men figure out the puzzle and feel like their dreams are taking shape, new life breathes into them. It makes them vibrant, enthuses, and animates them. Even if he doesn't make a lot of money right now, if he sees his dreams being realized, the title is clear to him, that his position is leading him in the direction of the place where he wants to be, and he knows the money will come one day, then he can rest easy, recognizing that he's on the verge of becoming the man that he wants to be. As I was reading this, I was thinking one thing. The key to moving forward as a woman, applying these principles that drives men, is making a decision on who you are. In our emotional, indecisive state, sometimes we're not sure of who we are. And if you know who you are, keep working hard. Keep grinding. How do you want to be defined? Do you want to be defined as a mother, a loving wife, a successful entrepreneur, a television personality, an accountant. You may have a career that you have just to make money, but it doesn't set your soul on fire and you don't define yourself by it. Think about what you are actually good at, what you enjoy doing, your interests. Make a decision that you are going to dabble in it. Do something that'll put you on the other side of fear. Step out on faith and experiment to see what you really enjoy. Besides, there's no point in following through if you find zero fulfillment in your work. It is going to be scary, frightening for you to step out into your calling. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You see, this is what you're interested in. This is what makes your heart sing. So you admire the greats. You feel like if you don't measure up to their talent, you don't want nobody to see that yet. But you have to be willing to be horrible at something in order to be great. You have to want it so bad that you don't care about what other people think. Because at this point, it's about the principle. It's about the mere fact that your very life depends on this. It's not about people anymore. It's personal. It's about you. This is you versus you. What do you want? Do you really want it? Who are you? What are you willing to sacrifice for it? If you decide to define yourself by this very thing, to attach your being to this thing, it moves with you, it flows with you wherever you go. It's a commitment. Don't you ever give up on yourself. You can do this. I don't care if not one soul sees it in you. If you see it in you, you can get through this. J-Lo told the story of how people told her that she wouldn't make it singing or dancing. And what led her to keep doing it was that all she needed was her to believe in her. Sometimes you got to get to the point where it's personal. It's between you and God. It doesn't matter if not one soul believes in you or sees that potential in you. If you see it in you, it can happen. You don't need anybody else to see it in you or to believe in you. You don't need anybody else to see that it's possible for you. I don't know what it is that you have up your sleeve. I don't know what your talents are, what your abilities are, what your interests are, what your gifts are. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Life is too short to live not knowing. When I read this passage and I heard that men are defined by who they are, I asked myself one question. Who are you? Who are you? Because you've been dabbling in so many things for so long. But who are you? What do you do? Because if you know what you do and nobody else knows what you do, can you even do what you do? Do secret gifts please the Creator? Did He give you your gifts so you can hide it? Or did He give you your gifts to help transform the lives of other people? Because the only reason why you are blessed is so you can bless someone else. And if you're not using your gift, not only are you doing a disservice to God who gave it to you, you're doing a disservice to the other people that are relying upon that gift that God has given you. You are interested in things for a reason. You are great at things for a reason. Do not give up on what it is that you used to love. I'm talking to somebody. This isn't for everybody, but do not give up on what you used to love. You still love it. You're just afraid that it can't happen for you because of your age. Don't worry about that. God will give you back the time that was taken from you in full experiences that will be worth the years that you lost. Don't you dare give up on yourself. I have a feeling that the majority of you know who you are, but you've forgotten. Who are you? What do you do? Do you want to be the best? Why do you want to do it? How will you impact people? You have to love yourself enough to give yourself your dream life. You have to love yourself enough to treat yourself to a life fulfilled with all of the experiences that you have ever dreamed of. Don't you settle. Don't you give up now. Who are you? What do you do? I hope that inspired you. Thank you so much for listening. I will be here Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. EST. Subscribe, rate, comment,